Grab your broomsticks and let's unbox every single item from the Harry Potter and American Girl collaboration. I brought the family in on this one, so stay tuned for Mr. All Dolled Up guest appearance while unboxing the train, as well as some other surprises sprinkled throughout. Welcome to All Dolled Up. My name is Kate, and I love everything American Girl. And also Harry Potter. It was one of our favorite Halloween party themes we did a few years back. And I'm also a 90s kid. Are you a fellow 90s kid who grew up alongside Harry Potter? When I saw American Girl partner with Harry Potter, I had to have all of the things. Then I saw the price tag. I have some thoughts, good and bad, so stick around and hear what I loved and what I thought was less than stellar. American Girl has had some amazing deals on these items, so if that means they are maybe discontinuing or retiring these items, I thought let's unbox and chat about these items in case you were on the fence on whether you wanted to score anything from the collection the next time they hit those big sales. I know I like to stretch my dollars as far as they'll go and get the best deals. Obviously, this is not everything. The train is way too large to fit on my kitchen table, and it also comes in just a boring cardboard box. More on that later, but let's look at these boxes. Looking at the design of the boxes, we see what looks to be the wizarding newspaper, the Daily Prophet, that sets the background scene with golden ink blotches adorning around the front. I think these are ink blotches, but please correct me if I am wrong. A ripped page with the Wizarding World Harry Potter logo, and then below that the American Girl logo runs along the top. I gotta say it, this is a bit underwhelming. I feel like even in person, you have to almost squint to see it. The proportions seem off to me. It's not overly bold. I suppose that allows the image of the actual item within the box stand out more, but you'd think the logo would be readable and more of a standout piece. This is Harry Potter after all. I'm sure American Girl pays a pretty penny for this collaboration. There is the Hogwarts seal in the lower corner, which includes all 4 houses. And then of course, we've got the large circle image front and center showcasing the items in the box and the name in a gold circle. And this is standard throughout the collection. And then the back includes a few different images, but the full set of that item with all 4 houses. There's just something about seeing all 4 houses together. The colors, it's iconic, and it makes it look just so good. The sides of the box are the current American Girl red with the Harry Potter logo with it. Up first, we need the everyday basic wardrobe fit for a witch. The Hogwarts uniform with pants is what I grabbed first. There is just something magical about this Hogwarts crest robe for the dolls. The emblem is, I would say, just okay though. I do really like the robe. It is lined with a silky fabric, and that helps making it easier to slide on and off when the dolls are wearing all the other clothes. And then also in this set, we've got the ever so classic and crisp white button-down shirt with real buttons. This was trickier to undo and put on the dolls than anticipated, so just a warning there, especially if you're dressing 4 or 5 dolls here all at once. The Hogwarts uniform comes in 2 options, either gray pants, knit socks, and black dress shoes, or with a pleated twill skirt and tall knee-high socks, and then those black Mary Janes. We looked at the pants first. Next, we'll look at the skirt variation. I actually have 4 boxes of the skirts. I love a classic skirt, and while that does seem excessive, if you want to dress up your dolls in all 4 of the houses, the Hogwarts uniform really is beautiful for the dolls to wear underneath their sweaters and then that beautiful robe over the top. And while you can definitely get away with pairing the sweater with different shirts and pants, I just think the house sweater really requires these wizard basics underneath. Thankfully, American Girl has lowered the prices at this point, as these retail for $55. I've seen this set run around $33 to $34, or about 40% for Amazon Prime Day, and maybe hopefully here Black Friday coming up as well, or just some various sales that American Girl has been having. So keep an eye on the sales for these. The robe and the shirt are the same in both sets. The skirt is perfect for any school outfit, and it has a lot of versatility, I think. I'll insert a picture to compare it with the skirt from the Gap collaboration, which was called the Star Hoodie outfit. And that outfit had that beautiful denim skirt. This gray skirt in the Harry Potter set, it's a bit shorter than the denim skirt in that Gap collaboration. And then the pleats are also different. There's not as much folding or fabric within the pleat as the Gap denim skirt has. And then also the gray skirt pleating is only on the front, whereas the Gap skirt has full pleats all around it. I think this makes sense for the Harry Potter, since we're likely going to be wearing that robe that would cover the back of the skirt. And I love the look of the Mary Janes and tall socks. It's classic, but also very much in style right now too. Oh, and I wanted to share the tissue paper. It's got both logos, American Girl and Harry Potter, printed across it. The details with American Girl always make everything feel extra special. As we speed through the unboxing of the other 3 Hogwarts uniforms, you'll notice there's one that has staining on the robe when I unboxed it. This was a bit of a letdown to find, but honestly, one thing surprised me even more with these capes. But as I sort through these things, what was the most surprising was the differences in robes. All of the socks are about the same color. The shorter socks that came with the pants set are a bit of a lighter color than the knee-high socks that came with the skirt sets. One clearly had higher quality fabric than others. Let's see all 5 of the robes together. But I did purchase these a long time ago and from several different batches. I've also purchased them from American Girl, and then also I've purchased them from Amazon's American Girl page. I've been kind of collecting these items, letting them pile up for a while now, waiting until I had all of them to unbox all together. But wow, do those front ones, the top ones on my pile, have a cheaper looking fabric, and that also includes the one on the very top that was stained. I'm not very good at describing fabric, but the fabric, it doesn't feel nice. It feels like a super faux cheap velvet, whereas the others, the ones in the back, are a darker color and more of a coat material. It seems more substantial, more like what you would want in a robe that you would throw over your other clothes. I wish I knew better words to describe these fabrics, but that's the best I got. Hopefully that helps, and hopefully you get the ones that you like if you buy one of these sets. Or if you're buying multiple of the sets, I hope you get all of the same kind. On to a more fun event of unboxing, the house sweater sets. These house sets retail for $26, and I did pay retail price back in February. Looking at Ravenclaw's sweater, we see the house crest. Just in case you're unfamiliar with Harry Potter, at the school, Hogwarts, students are placed into one of 4 different houses, and each house has a crest that makes use of an image of an animal, a symbol of an element, and then colors for each of the houses. This allows for some friendly rivalry. Looking at the patch, the crest on the sweater, I think this is a much higher quality than the patches on the robes. It seems more incorporated, more woven into the fabric, or maybe I guess even you could say melted within the fabric of the sweater, as opposed to the robes patch that kind of sits on top of the fabric, and I think that gives it more of a cheaper appeal. It kind of looks more like a sticker just slapped on top of it instead of woven and incorporated within it. We are looking at Ravenclaw, and Ravenclaw's house symbolizes the element of air, which is used in the background of the crest, and then the colors for Ravenclaw are blue and bronze. The animal used in the crest is an eagle, which represents intelligence and wisdom. It soars where others cannot climb. And then looking at the final pieces of this set, the scarf is blue and silver striped with fringe at the ends and the crest on one side of the scarf. And then finally we've got the tie. I love it, and the tie is also striped. On to Hufflepuff's set. And yes, their color is yellow, but wow, is this a bright yellow. I would not have guessed this would be the selection of yellow for Hufflepuff, but I guess here we are for at least the American Girl Hufflepuff set. And this bright yellow trend will stay with the other Hufflepuff items as well. And again, you can see the texture of the fabric of the sweater incorporated in with where that patch, that house crest is. I like this. The house symbolizes the element of earth, which is used as the background of the crest. And then for Hufflepuff, we have yellow and black. The animal used in the crest is a badger, which represents hard work, loyalty, and tenacity. On the sweater, we have that same stripe outline as before, this time with yellow and black, and the yellow and black striped scarf, and then to wrap it up with the tie. Next up is dun dun dun, Slytherin. Slytherin gets a bad reputation if you've followed any of the stories, but I actually have a lot of people in my life who are placed in Slytherin, including my husband, so I guess I love Slytherin. This house symbolizes the element of water, which is used as the background in the crest, and then the colors for Slytherin house are green and silver. The animal used in the crest is a snake, which represents resourcefulness and ambition. And this house, I think, has such a beautiful, pretty color of green, and then the silver stripes outlining the sweater, and the stripes are also on the scarf and on the tie. I really do like the green color they selected for this. And up last, we have the famous house because of Harry Potter, Gryffindor! Okay, not even close to how Dumbledore says that, but at least I had to try. And they've got this house symbolizing the element of fire, which is used in the background, and then the colors, the house colors for Gryffindor are scarlet and gold. The animal used in the crest is a lion, which represents chivalry and bravery. And I think the gold for Gryffindor is why Hufflepuff's yellow is so bright yellow. Perhaps they tried to really distinguish the yellow of Hufflepuff from the gold of Gryffindor. But in my mind, they just missed an accurate reflection of Hufflepuff's yellow color. Let's get these ties out. I actually love ties for American Girl dolls. I had no idea, this was such a surprise to me, how much I would love these ties until I first unboxed Courtney's outfit. You know, the one she has with the tie, that multicolor short sleeve shirt, and then that comes with that purple tie. I thought it was so fun and looked so cute on so many different outfits. So the ties on American Girl dolls, I believe, are adorable and really elevate the whole outfit. I can't wait to see how all of these fun ties accessorize these house outfits. And let's look at the scarves next to each other to compare. This style, where the stripes are even, the color blocks are even in depth or even in size, I think this is how the first movie had the scarves, as opposed to maybe later versions where it was more kind of the primary color and then there were just like two thin stripes of the secondary color. I think that's the case for the first movie that had the equal stripes, but please correct me if I'm wrong. I tend to kind of prefer the primary color with thin stripes as opposed to this more color blocking. The silver in Ravenclaw also is the same as the silver in Slytherin. I wish it was a little different, but I guess that makes the most sense from a manufacturing perspective. And also I think maybe the scarves are that way. I need to focus closer on the scarves as we are watching the Harry Potter movies right now in the fall. We try to re-watch the Harry Potter films each fall time. It just feels so special and perfect as school is starting back up and as the days get colder and honestly the nights longer with the sun setting so early now. It makes at least a fun tradition to look forward to. And seeing what these house sweater sets look like with this separate item, the Hogwarts uniform, putting it all together, I just love it. I think they nailed it. And how would we ever know who wears what without the sorting hat, of course? The sorting hat also comes with the Nimbus 2000 broomstick. Looking at the hat, I think they did such a great job. They got the right smushed face in the folds. And then those long pieces that drape down, it's great. Even if it kind of looks silly, but this is a good recreation of what it looks like in the films. And then the Nimbus 2000, wow, it is protected in here. This packaging reminds me of how the collector dolls are safely bundled and taped and packaged. I don't think this item as being overly breakable, but I guess better on the safe side. There is some assembly required. It's just pushing the two pieces together. It does make sense that they did this, having it come in two pieces. I think mostly because they didn't want that long of a box for store shelf space and also shipping space. It's of course all plastic, but there is some weight to it at least. And I think that's actually really nice for sitting it up. It balances correctly and it can stand. And they really wrapped and wound this plastic tight and taped it around the stick. Assembly is really easy. It's just to put it together. You line up the notch and press them together, making sure it is aligned correctly and then adding some force. I'll be honest, this broomstick was not one of the items I felt like was a must-have from this collection for me, but I am more impressed with it now, thinking about how one of our dolls would fly on this broomstick and their feet would dangle down those feet holders, also double for allowing the broomstick to stand up. I think that's kind of a really cool feature. I remember as a kid just being amazed by the Nimbus 2000. It was like the latest and greatest toy is how the film makes it feel, and it certainly felt that way as a child watching the films. So kind of fun to have this now in doll size. Also in doll size, and next up in our unboxing of the complete Harry Potter American Girl collection, the trunk. This set also includes some extra goodies. I only recently got this item, and honestly, I was going to skip it altogether, especially after seeing it in person at the Washington, D.C. store. Or I guess maybe I should say the Tyson's Corner Center store. I'm not really sure the correct verbiage there since it's not in D.C. but in McLean, Virginia. Anyways, when I was at the store and saw this, it looked, felt, and is very plasticky, and it retails for $70. $70. I know a trunk and owl would make the journey through platform 9 3/4 much easier for my dolls to take all of their stuff as they journey to Hogwarts, but that's a lot of money. $70. I'm not Gringotts Bank. But thankfully, I was able to snag this on a sale for $45. Still a lot of money, and I might not have done it, but as I started to envision this video take shape in my mind, I felt like having all of the components was the right way to do it. And giving a quick spin around of the trunk. Usually when I do this is me admiring things while filming. These unboxings are sometimes kind of hard. I want to just pause and enjoy the things, especially the dolls when unboxing, or if you see a new outfit, I'll like abruptly stand her up just because I want to see what it looks like on my own here. Sorry if that makes for a little bad filming every once in a while. Okay, so you saw the plastic trunk, and look at the adorable plush owl. He's really cute, but I don't remember an owl that looks like this in the films. Share that Harry Potter trivia in the comments if you know the details on the owl. And then we have this bundle of goodies. Have to have a snack for the trek, of course. You'll see we've got a box of Birdie Bott's Every Flavor beans and a Honeyduke's Chocolate Frog box with a chocolate frog and a trading card of Albus Dumbledore. I'll go into more details on the treats while opening the Honeyduke's candy trolley, perfect for that train ride. My husband and I got married in Scotland, and we of course journeyed throughout the country as much as we could on that trip. We saw so much of the beautiful country, but unfortunately we could not fit into the schedule taking the Jacobite steam train, the famous Hogwarts Express, across the Glenfinnan Viaduct. It's high on my list if we are blessed to ever get to go back to Scotland, which I hope we do, because my cousin just had the most beautiful little girl who I would love to meet. This set also includes a faux feather quill and inkwell. It's plastic, but it does look very nice and will have better longevity versus something that would have been more delicate instead of the plastic, especially for that quill. In this set, we also have a wand. I did not realize, but this is, I think, the only wand available in the whole collection. I'll share some screenshots from our Harry Potter Halloween party where we made our own inexpensive wands. Maybe one day that would be a fun future project to do, is make those same inexpensive wands but in an 18-inch doll size. And then the set also includes a blank journal with a beautiful gold printing of the Hogwarts crest on the cover. And lastly, let's look at our adorable printed envelope. Wow, I could not open this, but once I get it out of its protected plastic bag, we can see how adorable it is with the pretend wax seal tab. With our printed Hogwarts Express train ticket, and the Hogwarts acceptance letter. I kind of wish they made a few versions of these with the different historical dolls' names. You can see this letter is for Harry Potter, which makes sense according to the story. But this is American Girl, and the historical dolls mean so much to so many of us. Even if they just did like 3 variations of the letter with our trio of Samantha, Kirsten, and Molly for them to get their Hogwarts acceptance letters, I think that would have been a very cool surprise. Of course, when we sent invites for our Halloween party, we made our very own acceptance letter invites for our friends as well. I'll try to insert some pictures here so you can see them. Love a good real wax seal. Perhaps this will be another fun future 18-inch project where we'll try to make letters for our American Girl dolls. Regardless, all of this 18-inch detail is very cool and feels a little unreal to me to have these two worlds colliding. While I was not a fan of this particular set at the DC store, seeing it under those big retail lights and in that huge room that they have, versus getting to enjoy it in my own home, there's just something magical, and it seems all of a sudden more special seeing it here at my house. I'm glad I ended up getting this, especially since I wouldn't have a wand if I didn't get it. A wand is very important for wizards heading to Hogwarts. Gotta stop at Ollivander's and make sure each doll would have their own particular wand, especially as the wands choose their wizards. Next up, we've got to sort some dolls into houses to see who will wear what. Take it away, sorting hat, or shall I say, Kit's chair spin.
I know! Hufflepuff! There's talent. Oh my goodness, yes. Plenty of wit and learning. Let it be Ravenclaw. Slytherin! Better be Gryffindor!
Alright, I had some fun doing that. Hope I didn't lose all of you with my silly house sorting scenes just now. Some of those spins were great and some of them were a little more rocky, so sorry about the rocky ones. I'd rate the overall cinematography a 5 out of 10, but since we got to use Kit's school chair, we'll give a 9 3/4. While not like the sorting ceremony in the movies, I am still having some fun with this. It was actually my husband's idea to mix it up and try to do something fun and a little creative, and I really loved it. He helped film it, and he has been so supportive throughout this American Girl and YouTube journey. It's been amazing. Okay, while I actually dressed the dolls in these gazillion clothes during this behind the scenes look, because unfortunately Kit's chair spin did not actually put on the white button, the skirt, the tall socks, the Mary Janes, the house tie, the house sweater, the Hogwarts robe, and the scarf, I thought maybe let's chat. I know I enjoy these longer version videos and I hope you do as well, and so I thought it would be nice as you can see me dressing the dolls and seeing how the outfits actually all pair together. I'll share maybe some stories. And when you see me stand up a doll in their outfits, I am totally admiring just how absolutely adorable they are in this getup. I mean, this tie, can you even? For that Halloween party that I keep mentioning, we even had a sort of sorting ceremony. After arriving, we had a little mini Ollivanders where we had wands in boxes that we had made. The wand would be selected for them and each guest would get their very own wand. They would then have to be sorted. And so what we ended up doing was I put 4 house ribbons that were tied to a pin that you could wear on a table, and then there was the serving platter in the middle of the table, and so the guests would put their wand on the serving platter and then they would put the hat on top of their wand. They would give the serving platter a spin, so the platter would be rotating. Unknowingly, we wouldn't know which ribbon their wand was pointing to, and then once the serving platter stopped spinning, they would pull up the hat, and whichever house ribbons that their wand was pointing to, that was their house. And sorting everyone in the different houses was vitally important because any party at our house is all about games. We are huge board game fans, and as we played games throughout the night, the winners of the different games received house points for their house. If you are not familiar with the world of Harry Potter, this was a big part of the first movie, where the different houses compete throughout the school year and win points as part of the House Cup. As Professor McGonagall explains, their triumphs will earn house points, while rule breaking will lose them. At the end of the school year, the house with the most points earns the House Cup. This is a great honor and something every student wants their house to earn. I cannot honestly tell you if we ever said at our Halloween party what winning the House Cup even means. I think it really was just bragging rights. It's not like there was necessarily a physical trophy, but everyone was so into it. It was really fun, as friends from different circles were paired up into the different houses, cheering on their house together. It definitely broke the ice as everyone intermixed, and it was so funny because everything became about winning points for your house. People were like offering to take the trash out at the party to win house points. This was in 2018 and I still remember it so vividly, and my friends will still bring it up. It was just so much fun. So that's how we sorted people into the different houses at our party. We wanted to make sure each house had representatives and everyone got to join in. What is your Hogwarts house? Is it one you picked because you love it? Have you done any of those online questionnaires that will sort you into a house based on your characteristics? There are a lot of different characteristics that define each house, and I'm by no means an expert. I've done a handful of quizzes and I've also kind of studied the houses, and of course I've talked about it with my husband. And when I think about myself, I am definitely not a Gryffindor. I am not brave. One day I might share kind of a heavier story about when I found myself in a really dangerous robbery situation, and I think I used up every last bit of bravery in me that night because I crave safety and comfort these days. I'm definitely not Slytherin, as I'm not confident, I'm not very bold or assertive. I wish and admire those who are, and I try to steal their tactics. I try to learn from them because that is definitely not me. And then Hufflepuff, you know, those attributes that we all strive for, that's Hufflepuff. We all definitely want Hufflepuff friends. They're patient, they like to have fun, they're responsible. I cannot say that I fall into those Hufflepuff characteristics either. I fall into Ravenclaw house. I am very analytical, or to better put it, I ask a lot of questions. Like a lot of questions. Big thanks to everyone in my life who patiently answers all of these questions, and also people who enjoy deep discussion, as I love diving into subjects, analyzing every detail, trying to see and learn everything from everyone else. It's truly a joy to have those conversations with people. So, back to American Girl. We talked about the Halloween party, we talked about myself and which house I'm in. How did I pick which house for these 4 dolls? Well, let me tell you, there was zero science behind it. There typically is nothing particular for my videos. When I figure out who should wear what, it's usually a factor of efficiency and who is out and available the easiest. Now, there's definitely exceptions to that. Special things like that wood fairy costume, which had to go on the Pink Stardust Collector doll, the Claudie face mold doll. She is just darling. You won't be seeing her anytime soon because she is living in that outfit for the meantime. But back to how did I pick these houses? I tried to give it a little more thought than just who was the easiest to grab. So at least this was my thought process. I've loved my Truly Me 115 ever since I first saw a Truly Me 115. Shout out to Christy and Grace at AG Takes Over. Their doll Easton won my heart for Truly Me 115. These curls are amazing and this doll is adorable. Ever since I first saw her, then I got her kind of the next Amazon Prime Day sale when she was available and at a really great price. So of course I put her in my house Ravenclaw. I also think of her kind of like Luna Lovegood, who is in Ravenclaw. Luna is one of my favorite characters from the series. I always liked her growing up, and I'll try my best to kind of explain this. I'm not a Harry Potter expert, but she is someone who does not necessarily seem to fit in with others. She marches to the beat of her own drum. She's a little quirky. And then as an adult, and having personally been through kind of that traumatic experience I kind of briefly mentioned, I appreciate Luna even more because she's had kind of a heavy life and she has kept her curiosity and kindness and quirkiness even in a world that has shown her many challenges. So that's why this adorable blonde doll is going in House Ravenclaw. All right, next doll, and I know this doesn't really align with the video, but I'm trying to explain to you these 4 dolls and why I picked their houses. So Truly Me 37, or I guess technically Just Like You 37. Huge shout out to Linda. You solved that conundrum where I did not know what number she was, even thinking maybe she was a CYO because I couldn't figure it out. I had no idea, but wanted to thank you again for help with identifying what number this doll is. This girl and her beautiful red hair. I might not have a first name yet, but she is definitely a Weasley and definitely in Gryffindor. That seemed to just make sense to me. And then the Pink Stardust Collector doll with the Josefina mold. I have thought she looked like a Charlotte ever since I saw her, and after many weeks since first thinking this, I'm gonna go with it. I'm going to actually name a doll. I think this is only my second one. It takes me a while. So, Charlotte is a Hufflepuff because I think of her like Princess Charlotte of Wales, and she is 100% loving, loyal, determined, all the amazing qualities of someone in Hufflepuff. And lastly, we have Truly Me 127 because after getting her in July on an Amazon Prime sale, and then I was waiting to unbox her until I wanted to kind of film a video of dolls all together, which was in October. And then in that video, I didn't even unbox her because they had released the Practice to Performance dance set dolls. And I thought, oh, I definitely want that set. And so I waited even longer to unbox her until I got the Practice to Performance dance set. So after waiting for so long, I finally have Truly Me 127. I was definitely using this doll because I just unboxed the set the night before, the video incoming who knows when. because life can be unexpected and crazy, so I'm not even going to try to guess. But this doll has the most gorgeous green eyes, and it just seemed like Slytherin was meant to be. And I think that now, since I didn't really sit with her prior to immediately jumping into this Harry Potter video, I think her being in House Slytherin, this is just going to be her persona. She is confident, a natural leader, charming, resilient, those qualities of someone who is in House Slytherin. That is her. So while I don't have a name yet, I'm the worst at names, as I mentioned previously with Charlotte being only the second doll I've been able to name. Let me know if you have any ideas for names for our Weasley girl and for the beautiful 127. I'm all ears, but as a true Ravenclaw who has to analyze and really sit into the details of things, I likely won't pick a name for quite a while. But you never know, maybe that right name will just strike me and I'll go with it. Just like I enjoy rewatching the movies each fall, I hope I'll also do something new with these American Girl Harry Potter collection items. I'm thinking next fall I'll play up the sorting of the historical dolls, maybe even have voting on my community page ahead of time as we think which doll should go into which house. I feel like that could be really fun. Look at them. Look how cute they are. They are all dolled up. Looking at all of these girls together in their outfits is just so cool to me. I can picture them walking the gorgeous halls of Hogwarts together. Who is up for a trip to the UK with me to go see some of those beautiful buildings? I can dream. Scotland is my favorite place. This makes me want to listen to an amazing artist named Nathan Evans and his song called Home. I bet you didn't see a music recommendation coming your way in this video. If you listen to it, let me know your thoughts below. That's Nathan Evans and the song is called Home. On to our next part of the Harry Potter collection unboxing. We are looking at Quidditch. I bought this last Black Friday in like 2023. I got the entire Quidditch gift set. This was with one of my very first purchases as an adult, getting back or unknowingly getting back and becoming an adult doll collector. I remember looking at this set and loving it and it being so much money, and my husband was all in. He was like, get it, it's the coolest thing, you won't regret it. And here we are a year later after becoming a full-blown American Girl doll collector and even an AG tuber, sharing my love of these dolls with you all. I love that the set includes the uniforms from each house, plus the Quidditch game necessities. Obviously, you can buy these items separately, but at that point in time, it was just easier to buy the set. First up, let's unbox the uniform for my personal house, Ravenclaw. While we may have received the least amount of attention in the series, this blue set is getting front and center focus on my channel. Yay, Ravenclaw. What's not to love about Ravenclaw's thirst of knowledge, desire for exploration and learning, and creative problem-solving skills? Obviously, I have to champion that. Just don't get annoyed by our questions. Here we have a blue Ravenclaw Quidditch robe and sweater with the silver details. Ravenclaw is again depicted with silver and blue versus blue and bronze. And I guess that aligns with the movie where silver plays a more dominant color story role for their Quidditch uniforms. But with Slytherin also having the silver-lined robe and silver accents on the sweater, I wish we could have had some differences. I don't know why the movie's creative directors decided to go in the direction of it being silver, just like Slytherin. Perhaps we have too much yellow with Hufflepuff and gold with Gryffindor already, and I don't know, bronze maybe was too close. I really don't know. Let me know in the comments why you think silver was chosen. I'm generally curious to hear other people's ideas, especially if you're also in House Ravenclaw. And if that's not the most Ravenclaw thing you've ever heard, let's move on. This next house might have a big reputation, but I'm here to keep showing love to House Slytherin. After all, my husband belongs to this ambitious, clever, and determined group of people. And also, with house colors of green and silver, how could we not love this? This green robe and the silver lining will look phenomenal on every American Girl doll. I also love how the crest matches and complements the robe. It's just beautiful. And I forgot to mention, each house also includes corduroy pants, brown shoes, and protective gear. The gear feels authentic and transports you right to the Quidditch field. For a $75 item, I know it's a lot of money. I am impressed though with the number of pieces included and the quality of these pieces. The leather feel, the stitching, the padding that's in these pads, I guess they are for Quidditch. The quality is phenomenal. I would say the only thing I would kind of comment on as far as a wish is that I wish the house crests were embroidered rather than just kind of a screen printed sticker. I think a 3D texturized patch would really give the uniforms a more authentic look. And I'd even be okay with an adhesive backed patch, as I'm sure that stitching a patch would be even more cost prohibitive. But overall, I really have no qualms about the quality of any of these items. Up next, we have the Quidditch uniform for those who are the most loyal, dedicated, and honest individuals. I'm looking at you, Hufflepuffs. Each uniform's house includes a Quidditch robe and a sweater, as you've been seeing. Hufflepuff's robe is this striking yellow, as mentioned before, kind of with the other Hufflepuff item. And I really do like the black satin lining. I think it is high quality and nice for that added contrast and color. I love the details with the Hufflepuff crest, and then those cross ties. I haven't mentioned this, but the cross ties, that elastic that loops over to kind of connect the two pieces of the robe, or I should say the two sides of the robe, and latches them together. This is really nicely done and really well thought of. It looks like it could be a little tricky to do, but it really wasn't when I was putting it on the dolls. The sweater is a matching yellow with black accents. Yellow socks with black stripes completes the pieces for the Hufflepuff Quidditch uniform. And the last house. Did I save the best for last? Let me know what you think in the comments. Gryffindor. You cannot talk Harry Potter without this house. These courageous and daring individuals are adorned in their red and gold color story. Here we have a red Gryffindor Quidditch robe with gold satin lining and the sweater with gold contrasting stripes. This uniform feels so much like the movie. I cannot wait to get the dolls we love so much into these phenomenal uniforms for a Quidditch match. But before that, you know me, always extra, enjoying the process. Let's look at each of these complete uniforms and each of their houses all together. It's so vibrant and colorful, colors we don't usually see for American Girl doll. Blue, red, yellow, green. Maybe that's why I am enjoying all of the houses when you get to see it all together. I never really think about it while watching the movies, but seeing it in an 18-inch doll size, it's adorable. It's really beautiful. The colors are vibrant and unique, and it's fun. Now, I mentioned I've been collecting these items for over a year at this point. Part of that included buying some single pieces from sets from eBay. This was after I filmed my Olympic video, where Team USA gear was on full display, and I got to thinking how a true Quidditch team requires multiples of the same uniforms, and I found I maybe got a bit carried away. So I have a few extra Gryffindor robes, just the robes. These do seem to be authentic AG pieces, and so I'm thankful for the extra Gryffindor capes and then also an extra Ravenclaw sweater. While I thought it was like crucially important when I was filming that Team USA video and kind of when I was buying these pieces, I think at this point I'd be willing to sell them for what I paid for them. So if you're interested, feel free to reach out to me via email, which is on my YouTube page in my bio, if you wanted to snag kind of just the cape alone. Remember the magic, that swirl of Kit's chair sorting into houses and getting our school uniforms on the dolls? Well, my husband also thought this next idea would be super fun, and I'm all for it. I know this idea is going around for like people getting dressed and making videos of it, so why not do it for our dolls, especially in this magical Harry Potter video? Our dolls in the pajamas, and then a little bit of magic for getting them dressed in an instant after we see the pieces of their outfits fall. Oh no, I just completely gave it away. Well, anyways, let me know what you think about the pajamas selected for each of the houses. Are there better yellow, red, blue, and green PJs in the American Girl world that you think the houses would wear for their pajamas? Anyways, let's get these dolls dressed, starting with Hufflepuff. And let's take a closer look at this Hufflepuff uniform. How cute is my Truly Me 106? She is my first Addie mold, and she had to be in this video, and of course she's a Hufflepuff. She's a 10 after all. Thank you, Josefina, for letting us borrow your nightgown. I know it's orange and not yellow. I do not own any American Girl pajamas that are yellow, nor do I even have any pieces that I could think of that would pass for pajamas that are yellow. Let me know, am I missing a yellow pajama outfit in the American Girl world? Next, let's get Slytherin dressed in their uniform. Let's take a closer look at Kit in this Slytherin uniform. And I will admit, I 100% bought these pajamas just for this video. I really wanted Mary Ellen's green pajamas. I think they are just darling. But wow, is that retired outfit expensive at $30 on the resale market. So I opted for Marie Grace's nightgown, which I could snag for half of that cost instead. With its bows and green embroidering, it is also just darling, and I am happy to have it now in my collection. And of course, Kit is in House Slytherin. That blonde hair, she has to be part of the Malfoy family. Ravenclaw up next. Let's take a closer look at Ivy in this Ravenclaw uniform. Shout out to Caroline for providing her cute blue ribbon laced nightgown to House Ravenclaw for their PJs. I'm taking Ivy for my House Ravenclaw because I did not realize how much I'd love Ivy until I had her. And she's just amazing. Why did they ever retire her? No one will ever know. And let's get Gryffindor dressed for the Quidditch match. Let's take a closer look at Lila in this Gryffindor uniform. Having gotten back into American Girl doll the year Lila is Girl of the Year 2024, and also being introduced to the Girl of the Year line in general by Lila, I know this is likely no one else's perspective, but to me, she seems like the iconic face of today's American Girl. I know that obviously changes each year. She just feels like the face of AG for me based off of the timing of when I rejoined this world in 2024. Like how Harry Potter is the face of Harry Potter, I have no words to really try to explain this, whether it's rational or irrational perspective. Hopefully I'm kind of making some sense, but Lila being Gryffindor just seems to make sense to me. Let me know in the comments if you have better words to describe this, or even better yet, if you agree. Would you put Lila in Gryffindor, or do you think she belongs in one of the other houses? And I don't know if you saw the dolls with their wands in their hand when they were wearing the PJs. Thank goodness I got that trunk set with the wand to help get everyone ready for the Quidditch match, so we could do the magic of instantly putting them in their outfits. Just kidding. A few behind the scenes videos. There are a lot of pieces to put on. Pants, socks, knee pads, shin pads, sweater, elbow pads, gloves, cape, ×4 for each of the houses. Thankfully, I had help with this, as you see some of these behind the scenes. If only I knew the hours that went into making this video. They are all dolled up and ready for Quidditch. Thank you for not unsubscribing to my channel during this break and posting videos as I worked on this. I think I was able to sneak in the Barbie video, but I know I have not been posting as regularly as I would like because I've been working on this video. But doesn't this look amazing? Since this all released before I was following American Girl, I don't really have a pulse on what other people think of this collection. I think the designers at American Girl thought of so many beautiful details making the world of Harry Potter come to life for our American Girl dolls. I've been so lucky to connect with a fellow Ravenclaw. Shout out to Starry Eyes Chick. Very fun to discuss how we had similar experiences during our teen to college years. Going to those midnight book launches, seeing the movies in theaters as a kid. It was truly a magical time to be a kid. And then also having the special connection to Scotland where my family, my great-grandfather is from, and where I still have family there. This was a really special thing, and also a thing that I could connect with my husband on and bring him into the world of American Girl a little bit with this Harry Potter, because he has a love and passion. He's actually read all the books. I've not. And wow, do these girls look amazing. All together, they look tough and ready to battle in a Quidditch match with all of their extra pieces, really just making this an extra special look. And just missing the Quidditch accessory set. This retails for $75, and I got it part of that bundle that I got last Black Friday in 2023. The Quidditch accessory set includes this trunk with official Harry Potter artwork that can hold the 2 plungers, the quaffle, where the players who are the position of the chaser are trying to score points through those gold rings, and then we also have the golden snitch, which is a really small ball that has wings and is really fast flying around, and Harry Potter is actually, this is kind of his role where he's trying to chase this, and if he catches it, it's like an instant win. This set also has a broomstick and then a beater's bat, which a beater's job is to protect their team from the blungers, those are the balls on the side, and knock them towards the opposing team. This set also includes those 3 ring goals and 4 pennants representing each of the houses, the flags that the American Girl dolls can hold. And there are a lot of pieces that can be played with. However, I will say I do feel like the set feels a little cheap, and perhaps I'm remembering those better days where American Girl accessories were not fully plastic, but to pay $75 for this, it does feel a little cheap. It looks really good in person, but I would say maybe it's just kind of the trunk. I don't love the aesthetic of the trunk that holds all of the Quidditch pieces inside of it. And maybe it's the design, the sticker imprint of it. But to pay $75 for this, it does feel a little cheap. I wish either the pieces were similar to kind of the leather feel of the protective gear from the uniforms, or at least have the golden snitch feel special instead of a plastic mold. Hate to end on this sour note because I really do love this set, but I want to be honest in case you're looking at adding it to your collection. The entire Quidditch gift set retails for $370. Buying the set saved me a year ago $5, as the individual pieces of each house, uniform, and Quidditch accessories are $75 each. I bought it last November 27th on Cyber Monday during a 20% off sale. I think it was like up to $75 sale. So I don't know if that really applied to Harry Potter. I did buy a few other items. I think I bought a niece an item as well. So I don't really know with all the exclusions. I think I paid somewhere around $295, $308 for the whole Quidditch set. And since I already had it, I hadn't really watched sales, but hopefully you can snag this on a sale if you are interested in getting any of the Quidditch uniforms or the Quidditch set, so then your dolls can have a Quidditch match. Also, please excuse me where I have the dolls holding their broomsticks on the outside of their hand. I have said it before, I struggle with spatial orientation, and I did not understand this. I didn't take a moment to kind of grasp what was happening here. My husband saw it and was asking me, what was I doing? The dolls aren't holding their broomsticks. I didn't get it until I really paused and really listened and had to understand the right way. If this is you, you are not alone. I'm right there with you. And now, for our guest star appearance, Mr. All Dolled Up. We actually kept our Halloween decorations out longer just so we could film this. I know, my timing is never quite right, but here we are. Happy Thanksgiving and Happy Halloween banner, but it works for the Harry Potter theme, I think anyway. Because this Happy Halloween banner is actually homemade. My husband painted it using the Harry Potter font like 8 years ago. And another story for another time, but we had to throw out just about all of our possessions about 3 years ago, and we only were able to keep the most meaningful items. And this banner, this Happy Halloween banner, made that list. It's one of my favorite decor items, and so maybe this is a month late, but I thought it had to be in this video, and it deserves that appreciation. Our house became decorated for Christmas after wrapping up filming this video. The American Girl Hogwarts Express train. This is $550. I think it's now maybe sold out online. I did not pay that. I found it on Facebook Marketplace this past spring. I found the train, and also I found an awesome person who was selling it. I'm so grateful for her, and it had been opened, but still gonna unbox it, and my husband's gonna help with that. And it really is in just about new condition. Here it is, Hogwarts Express. This is adorable, amazing, beyond thrilled. The whole family, our Aussie included, loved this. This authentic Hogwarts Express train car has an interior that features blue woven seats that fold down to a bed, a gold storage rack, blue fabric curtains, such a fun detail that can be pulled aside to open the window, and a red dining table that folds up when it's time for bed. It also has this amazing exterior rail that can attach and accommodate even more dolls for the playset. I thought this was a really nice feature. Be warned though, once this is attached, we could not figure out how to detach it. Maybe it is possible, but it didn't seem to come apart very easily, and we really didn't want to pull too hard and potentially break it, so we just left it attached. And then the roof piece also attaches to extend as the overhang. It does make it a bit harder if trying to fit the items back in the box for safekeeping when not in use. This makes it so much more substantial of a piece, and it extends it seamlessly. All the pillows add for extra ambiance, making the whole set look cozier. I love the rails that can help hold the pillows and sleeping blanket out of the way for when the red table is down and full of goodies. This train has functional lights and plays train sound effects and music. We just had to find where to add the batteries. We were both amazed. It has a train sound, which might not come across the best here, but it is actually pretty good in person. And then we were in for a double surprise because it also plays the Harry Potter melody.
Get out. It plays a melody.
It also comes with a lantern, which if you buy it new, has a pull tab that activates the batteries. After some research, we found out that this lantern's batteries had exploded. This lantern no longer works. With the batteries being exploded, we did not want to mess with it further. I might try to call American Girl and see if they have replacement pieces, as it would be great to purchase just the lantern if at all possible. The exterior part of the train has 2 hooks for the lantern as well, lighting up the night sky for any of the travelers hoping to go out to this observation deck. This design is so well thought out, all of the details and the interactive pieces. Now, also amazingly well thought out are the treats from Harry Potter. Who doesn't love American Girl food? And all of these pieces are perfectly on theme and perfect for this train ride to Hogwarts. We have an unfortunate update though on this journey, because while the goal was to unbox the entire collection in this video, I've got a surprise. Unfortunately, these delectable treats from Honeydukes, as well as finishing up the train tour, is going to have to wait for a final separate video. I am out of time and do not want to delay another day to get this up. My goal was Black Friday, and so I'm going to at least upload what I've got done. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I hit a huge milestone for me recently, which is 300 subscribers, and I feel just tickled to have you all along for the journey. If you want to continue the journey to Hogwarts and beyond in the American Girl world, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel. It is free to do and really means a lot to me. I'll try to wrap up the final part of this soon. I hate to leave you midway of our journey here after just teasing those delectable Honeydukes sweet treats. But I hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving, and also, if you do plan to shop, I hope you get some great deals. If you don't plan to shop for Black Friday, I want to thank you for at least coming along on this journey with me as we explored Harry Potter in the American Girl world.